It was shocking to me to watch, and maybe we should be past the point where this type of dishonesty from the left surprises us. It was shocking to me to watch the left perpetuate this false narrative and then the truth come out, and the Democrats and the left actually reject the truth. There were some people on Twitter, and I'm talking about blue check marks. I'm not talking about the crazy fringe on one side or another. There were blue check marks that literally said to us, well, it doesn't matter that it's not true, that we got the facts wrong, because this kid is a Trump supporter. He's white, he's pro-life, he's Catholic. It could have been true. It just as easily could have been true as false. And then they kept attacking him.
Right. I mean, we'll read the Washington Post. The Washington Post had two separate articles that I saw. One saying that conservatives pounced, that Trump internet pounced. Not that our reaction was justified, not that the journalists got it wrong and should apologize, but that our reaction was so crazy. You had Kirsten Powers from CNN react to that Washington Post article and say, this is the real story, that journalists are being harassed. You had another Washington Post story say this represents the conflict between Native Americans and white people that we've been having for 500 years. I'm sorry, what? That's the story that you got out of this. That's the moral that you got out of this story. Not that journalists maybe need to fact check a little bit better. Maybe we shouldn't jump to conclusions based on the color of someone's skin or the color of someone's hat. It's really crazy, just the hubris that not just the left, but specifically journalists have, that they are so unable to take a step back and say, okay, maybe this isn't the best tactic. Maybe we shouldn't ruin people's lives based on a lie for sport. But they seem unable to have that kind of self-awareness.
Right. Instead, they do this. This was from CNN. This is a CNN commentator. And I think this wraps up the mentality of the left when it comes to the Covington kids to a T. Take a look at this.
Think about the symbol of that red hat. When I see the Make America Great Again hat now, Chris, I am triggered. I'm so triggered. This Make America Great Again hat is just as maddening and frustrating and triggering for me to look at as a KKK hood.
All right, Allie, the Make America Great Again hat, that is the campaign slogan for the current democratically elected president of the United States. You can agree with him, you can disagree with him, you can vote for him, you can vote for his opponent. The KKK hood comparison, comparing a Make America Great Again hat to a KKK hood, I mean, is she insane? What world is she living in?
First of all, anyone who lived through the civil rights era and is an African American should be insanely offended by that fact. People today don't know what Jim Crow law was like, at least people who weren't alive then. We don't know what segregation was like. We don't know what Black people in this country truly did have to suffer through. And she's minimizing that by saying everyone who wears a MAGA hat is the same as a member of the KKK. But here's the problem with how so many on the left see the world is that reality is perception and perception is reality. So because she sees a MAGA hat as racist, it is racist. Because they see, for example, a baby as a clump of cells, it is a clump of cells. They say this is science, this is reality, this is settled fact. And we're not allowed to contend with them or else we're on the side of racism.